What's going on, YouTube? This is Corey, and today I have another commentary for you guys today about this console, the Xbox One and PS4, being the last generation. But before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and let's jump right into it. So this big discussion about will this be the last generation of the consoles started when we first knew the specs of the PS4 and Xbox One. A lot of people thought these were underpowered machines and they expected more from them, and they just didn't give us the specs that we wanted. And in all respects, they are slightly underpowered compared to some PCs and stuff like that. But there's two reasons why I believe that this will not be the last console generation. First off, it's 4K, and we also have VR headsets. So I'm going to talk about the 4K issue first. 4Ks every year keeps getting closer and closer to becoming reality, where everybody in their house has 4K TVs and monitors. So within 3 or 4 years, it's going to be a standard for everybody, like how 1080p is a standard for most people currently. And these consoles are having trouble running games at 1080p 60 FPS. So the fact that these consoles can't do that yet, and when 4K comes around, they need to be able to run at 4K and at least 60 FPS, stuff like that. We just won't get it out of these machines, and to have it be streamed to you, like how some people are saying through the cloud or whatever, our connections can nowhere near have the power, the bandwidth, the latency to do that. And with 4K, it's going to be requiring a lot bigger file size to stream over, which will even damage us harder. Another factor is VR headsets. We know Oculus is going on PC, but Sony's also developing their own, Project Morpheus, and we don't currently know officially about Microsoft working on them, but we know they've been playing around with the idea. And if you know any basics about VR headset, is you have two displays, one for each eye, and it like immerses yourself into the game, which is really cool. I haven't actually tried it, but I'm looking forward to trying it in the future. And in order for that to do it, the console has to basically generate two images, so for each eye, otherwise you'll get dizzy and stuff like that. So the console has to generate 2 times the more work, and then you also have to have a really high frame rate, otherwise people get dizzy and sick, stuff like that. So that's going to be a huge task for you. So with VR headsets, you basically need 60 FPS at the minimum, and you have to generate 60 FPS for your right eye and your left eye, so that's a total of 120 FPS, and these consoles nowhere near the power to do that. And then even if it can do it, just barely, if it could, you would still get terrible graphics. Resolution would be really low. It would probably be how the games looked when the Xbox 360 and PS3 first launched, the first launch games. That's what it would probably look like if we could currently on this hardware. So we are going to need more powerful hardware in the future, and cloud streaming just isn't here yet. But I'm not saying we're not going to be able to stream games in the future. We definitely will be, but at least 10 years before that's a reality, because even people in the country, people who have bad internet connections, they're not going to completely skip those gamers out, because there's a huge majority of people that don't have the best internet connection. That's why a lot of people start going to GameStop picking up physical copies, because it just takes them too long to download these massive games. So that's just my opinion. I believe within 3, maybe 4 years, we'll see some brand new hardware from Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony. Leave me down in the comment section below whether or not you think this is the last generation or not. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and I'll see you next time.